Ruben, can we go back to the beginning? First game against Ipswich. After that game, you talked about having to suffer if you want to be better, if you want the team to progress. Did you feel you'd suffer as much just for the things that you've been saying recently?
It has been tough, but we already knew that. But some days it's really hard to hide the frustration and to be positive all the time. But then you sleep and we focus on the next game and we go forward. And then you remember the good stuff. Our fans in this season, the way they support the club, the way they support the coach. Try to find the good things and know that in the future things are going to be better.
Is it hard for you then, when you talk about the emotion straight after a game and once you've had a sleep and you've thought about it, in the immediate aftermath of a result or a performance, is it hard to control that emotion?
It's really hard because I'm really passionate, but then I have to hide some things because it's also my job and I'm responsible for the team and the staff and I have to be careful at this moment. But most of the times I'm really honest, so for me it's not so hard. But you have to cope with all that information, all that feelings, and try to be positive, but at the same time to show that we care, and that is important for fans to hear.
When you show that you care, I suppose it's the obvious question. Are you too honest at times?
I don't think so. I think it's easier to be honest. Of course, I could be a little bit different to try to control the narrative, but I'm used to not to have to defend myself. During my career is short, but I always had results. And this is a good thing to find that with bad results I'm the same guy. That was a good thing to discover. But I think I'm not too honest. I'm like I am. For me, it's easier and I think people like a coach that address the right things.
What have you learnt then when you say you're the same guy? Kind of, what have you learnt about yourself in these moments?
It's hard. You can cope with a lot of problems. That is something that you don't know until you live that. Then is a fight, of course, because sometimes every person is a little bit. If you are good in your job, you feel a different guy, taller. A better person. I found out that I can cope with that. Also maintain more or less the same guy, and that's it. I think when you have difficult periods, you find out a lot of things about yourself.
How do you become that taller guy then? Even taller than what you are?
I think
that balance.
Most of the times it's like I try to separate everything. I don't hear a lot of things. I don't read a lot of things. I'm focused on my family, on my job. I think I can be the same guy because most of everything that we have been through, I have a clear picture of that, and I talked with the board and with everybody, even with the fans, in every moment. I have a clear feeling that I know what this team needs to be so much better, and that helped me to maintain that level of not go down so much and not so high in some moments.
It's the things when you're looking for that positivity you talk about, and the shoots of recovery that you've seen since you've been here, supporters have seen as well. Those things to look forward to take you on. So you've got a transfer window to look forward to, for example. I know you've got the Europa League Final to look forward to, but you've got Chelsea before that too.
Yes, that is the most important thing, because there is some things that we cannot change in the summer in transfers. Is the feeling in this club, is the way we see the club, is that real feeling that we cannot lose a match. It's impossible for us to go to play at home and lose. This kind of feeling, we have to change that and not thinking about transfer. That is something more profound than just change people. I think we need to address this, and we are doing that also. People cannot see that, but we are changing a lot of things in Carrington, the way we work here, the behavior that you must have in this club, the way we connect the academy with our team, all these things that you cannot see, we are working on that. So we need to go to the forget about the final and try to be better in the game against Chelsea, because we have a lot to improve.
You spoke about that after the game against West Ham, about this feeling that you have and that culture. When did you first get that feeling about things maybe not being right here?
I cannot say. I cannot tell the moment, but you have that feeling when you see things and you see the way we play. But again, it seems like I'm pushing all to the players. I'm the responsible, and I'm really. It's hard to find another word. I'm really embarrassed of, in 26 games, win 6, and something is wrong in the way we are playing football. And sometimes it's not about the way we play. Tactically and technically, is the way we face competition and the way we suffer and the way we get mad because we are losing and the way we protect the goal, and these things we need to improve, and sometimes it's not just inside the pitch, it's outside the pitch.
Is that just down to game management though? When you say outside the pitch, I'm looking in and around here at the training ground, we know it's going under some redevelopment. Has that caused can that cause a problem? Can that cause an issue? Yeah. Because things aren't in places they're supposed to be?
It's hard to say that, because we have all the conditions to be better. So we are doing a lot of things. Of course, the staff, we change a lot of people in the staff, and that is not a good thing, because any company to improve and to be better, the people must be safe. And there is not this feeling here, but we have to address these subjects and we have to change it. That is also clear. But the players and the coaches, we have the best conditions to be better, and we have a lot of players with experience. Of course, when you get this kind of point, this context, is really hard to go up again. So I don't want my team, and especially myself, to hide behind all these things that is changing in our club. Of course, there's an influence, but we should be so much better.
You do have to have confidence though within yourself. Everybody has to have confidence within themselves, and when there isn't that confidence there, that's when things maybe start to drop off and fail.
But that is one thing. We can live moments that we don't have confidence, but that feeling that I'm talking about, like to fight until the end, the way we face competition, it's not okay to lose. It's not okay to draw. It doesn't matter if we can change our position in the league or not. That feeling is nothing about confidence. It's about the belief and the understanding that we are in Manchester United, and we don't want to be the worst in the league. And our position it's unacceptable. And for me, that is not lack of confidence. It's lack of something more profound.
Is anger taking over? Not taking over you, but is that sense of anger coming through from you now? The fact that how much more can you do?
Yeah.
How many more interviews? You know what I mean? It's just like, how much more can you do?
I always have that feeling all the time, especially when we lose and when we should be better. And I'm the manager. I'm the responsible, because you cannot point like 3-4 players. It's a team, and that is a problem that we have here. So I'm always with that feeling, especially in the end of the season. Of course, I'm really passionate, and I have that balance of I'm really positive and always with good humor, but I'm also sometimes a little bit aggressive, and I have that feeling of anger, because I want to be good and I don't want to fail. Nobody wants to fail.
And against Chelsea, an opportunity, although we are at the end of the season, approaching it very quickly, there isn't that much time, is there, to try and put it right and to show what can be done in these remaining few games, and to get what you feel is wrong right in those matches?
Yeah, of course. We during all these games, we are always addressing that feeling. It's not just the last game. The last game is something that we felt a lot, especially because we won against Athletic Bilbao. We have an opportunity to maintain the momentum. We had several moments like this in this season, and we will drop. And but we are addressing that since the day one. So Chelsea is one more opportunity to play the game, to perform well, to show a different character. So we will try to do that.
And even though you're not talking about the Europa League final, but it's that momentum, isn't it? That's momentum, that consistency that you've just referenced against Athletic Bilbao. Then following that with the West Ham, it's the consistency that you want to get right.
I think is not. I'm not worried about the momentum for the final. The final is a different game. It doesn't matter the momentum, because Tottenham is living more or less the same that we are living. For me, it's the way we face competition. It's the way we understand that we are Manchester United. That is nothing. It's hard to understand that we don't have nothing to fight for in this game, Premier Leagues. That is so hard to understand that we are just okay by not performing, and that is something. It is not about the momentum. It's so much profound than that. That for me it's hard to explain, because for me it's so clear.
It's Manchester United. This should be better.
Yeah, and when I listen a lot of people criticizing the way we are performing in all the situations that happen in this club, I cannot say nothing, because it's so clear for me that people are right, and we need to feel that. Sometimes I feel that we need to feel more than that. Get angry with all these critics and perform. We need to show that. I think the worst thing that we can do is like lay down our head and just let it go. That is so hard to understand.